Good morning, Steve Morrison with Remax Results here in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Hope you're having a great day today. If you're watching in the morning, hopefully you're going to have a great morning. If you're watching in the evening, hopefully you had a great evening. If you're killing time at work and hiding out and watching this video, I hope your boss doesn't walk in. So there you go. All right, so we've been talking about buyer agency in North Carolina and how it works. And so today, I want to talk to you about two things that are very confusing for buyers from out of state because we do them so differently. I want to talk to you today about due diligence and earnest money. Mostly due diligence because everybody's kind of familiar with earnest money. It's the same. Well, I shouldn't say it's the same from state to state. It's usually the same from state to state. But due diligence is quite different. In North Carolina, we have what we call due diligence fee and due diligence period. Now, these are both negotiable things for the buyer, but every seller has come to expect some kind of due diligence fee. And with the due diligence fee comes a due diligence period. The longer the due diligence period, the bigger the due diligence fee. The more aggressive the offer, the bigger the due diligence fee. So let me just talk about what due diligence fee does. It is a negotiated fee. It can range from $1 to $50,000. It is money given directly to the seller that comes off the purchase price. Okay, if you follow through with the transaction, then that money comes off the end of the price. If you have $100,000 and your due diligence fee was $2,000, then that brings it down to $98,000. So you do see results for the money. You're not just giving the money away. It's not wasted, but it is taking the house of the seller off the market for that period of time. So that's why there is a fee associated with it. It is one of the few things that gives the perks to the seller. If John Smith is selling that house and you write due diligence check to John Smith, and he can take it, cash it tomorrow, and go take his family to dinner, unless it's $1, and then he ain't doing nothing with that. So that's what due diligence fee is now in a very, very, very short type of thing explanation. So the key thing for due diligence is that during that time period, most due diligence period. Most of the time as a buyer agent, I try to get 30 days. As a buyer agent, I try to get it as low as possible and as long as possible. So I try to start out $250 and go for a month. And they may come back and say, if you want a month, I want $500. If you want a month, I want $1,000. If they do that, I'll say, well, we'll do $250, but we'll do 25 days. It's really up to the buyer at that point how we negotiate that. But that money does come off the purchase. However, if you walk away during the due diligence period or after the due diligence period, that money still stays with the seller. You don't get that money back. If you don't buy the house, you have given them however much money and said, thank you very much for letting us look at your house and do these inspections, do that and do this. And you can have that $500. We're not going to buy the house. And if you walk during the due diligence period, usually you're able to recoup your earnest money. However, if you walk after the due diligence period, then you will lose your due diligence money and most likely your earnest money. The earnest money that check is written to the closing attorney, and that is held in escrow until the purchase is made. Or if you walk during due diligence, and the seller agrees and everything works out the way it's supposed to work out, you'll get a check back from the closing attorney. Due diligence fee is due as soon as you have a contract. As soon as all signatures are on the contract, legally we are obligated to present that due diligence check to the seller or the seller's agent. The earnest money has to usually, it's all in the contract, be to the closing attorney within 5 business days. So those are a couple of things there. Now, what does a due diligence period do for you? You have your inspections done. You have a home inspection. You can have a water test. You can have a pest inspection. You can have a roof inspection, an HVAC inspection. Your general home inspection covers most of the systems, if not all the systems of the house, in a very general way, not specifically. If they notice there's a problem, hey, the AC looks like it's 100 years old, you may want to have an HVAC specialist come out and look. Hey, there was a leaky faucet in the bathroom. You may want to have a plumber come and look at this. The due diligence period is the time to have all your inspections done and also make requests toward repairs of the house. If you see that there are shingles off the roof, hey, we noticed that there are shingles blown off the roof. You said the roof was put on last year. Is it still under warranty? Can the company come back and put the right shingles back on there? Or you come in and you say, hey, the bathroom toilet needs a new wax ring. Will you please do that? And all of these things are done in writing, submitted before the end of due diligence, and agreed upon or negotiated about. There are a lot of different ways to handle that. I can get into all of those, and it would be a long video. So let's just say you can have them repaired. You can negotiate some money down from the contract, or you can negotiate some closing costs, or the seller can say, I ain't doing nothing. You're buying my house as is, and I ain't doing nothing. And so then the choice becomes, do you follow through with the purchase or do you walk away? And if you walk away before due diligence ends. That way you don't lose your earnest money. I know that's a very quick, you probably have a lot of questions on that. And if you do, shoot me an email, YouTube, due diligence question, and ask me, and I'll be glad to help you out. Again, Steve Morrison, RE/MAX Results in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great and wonderful day.